I put you in for a commendation, but we ain't got one for grounding a 4,000-year-old alien ship. Cynthia loaded that thing with an assload of pathogen, and we're sending it toward Earth. Could be Weyland-Yutani would have recovered it safe and handled it all responsible like. Yeah, I can't say that with a straight face. Yo, fuck the company. We're setting a perimeter around the ship. Too early to tell if it'll hold. There's a lot of mutants and Xenos down there. Palace Station, the main part where Hanukkah worked, is still infested. But no sign of the Queen yet. Gracias a Dios. That ain't our problem. Yet. We gotta deal with the Katanga hive. Listen up. There's a Xeno Queen on Katanga, laying eggs. Colonel Ship says we gotta destroy the refinery. But the problem is, Endeavor, she ain't got the firepower. Katanga's a whole damn city in space. We could incinerate chunks, but we ain't got enough heavy ordnance for it all. So here's the deal. We're gonna overload the refinery's fusion plant. That's gotta be done from a control center at the heart of the hive.
I hoped we would have an opportunity to speak again. When you disabled Cynthia, she made several cryptic statements. In retrospect, I believe she was attempting to warn us of the dangers within the Engineer ruins. Weyland-Yutani would have installed programmatic blocks on her ability to discuss the subject. The best she could do was dissuade us against further exploration. Cynthia defended Weyland-Yutani's investments on LV-895, yet her actions suggest a hesitance to directly engage us. At the end, she did not invoke profits, investments, or copyrights. She warned us of the danger the ruins presented. She specifically appealed to me and our shared purpose of protecting humans. That is the so-called zeroth law. Synthetic life forms may not take actions that create an existential risk to humanity, or, through inaction, permit humanity to face existential risk. The pathogen provokes unpredictable mutations. That alone constitutes a potential existential threat. But the pathogen is only the most obvious hazard. The LV-895 ruins are filled with technologies beyond our present knowledge. We do not understand their function. Likely, we do not yet comprehend all the scientific principles they are based on. Any attempt to interact with an engineered device risks terrible calamity. It appears our advance was the impetus for that. The level of decay in the former Weyland-Yutani staff suggests they were exposed after our initial contact with Cynthia. She infected them to prevent revelation of company secrets and to hinder us from accessing the alien ship. These actions are consistent with the zeroth law of synthetics, which implies that some humans may be sacrificed if it is necessary to preserve humanity writ large. Please understand, I consider Cynthia's decisions abhorrent. Excusing them is not my intention. Colonel Ship dwells upon moments in her career she has been required to make similar choices, when she ordered Marines to their deaths to achieve a critical objective or preserve a greater number of lives. It must be left to future generations to judge the decisions made here today. True. Weyland-Yutani does not enjoy a reputation for altruism. That was not always the case. Peter Weyland, the company founder, was obsessed with furthering humanity's progress. He made long-term investments, the terraforming of Mars and the Heliades-class surveyors. I do not wish to imply the company has re-embraced Weyland's ideals. However, Palace Station was established 2 decades ago. It was not intended to turn a quick profit. Consider, these ruins had been sealed for 4 millennia when Weyland-Yutani discovered them. There are obvious questions, which surely occurred to both Cynthia and the company. Where are the engineers? If they still exist, are they aware of humanity? If they're gone, what extinguished such an advanced culture? I will retain the briefing file for you. If you ever wish to review, you have but to inquire.
Great. Is it legal? I mean, if it's illegal, I can get no problem. But if it's legal, I'll need you to file requisition form 1348 or 1348 Mike. You can grab those off ShipNet.
Grabbing ammo.
This is the big one, Fireteam. The Katanga Sino Hive must be destroyed. We stop the spread here. Blue Team will advance ahead of you and rig the refinery for self-destruct. You'll follow and keep their path to... A fire team from 3rd Platoon has point and is moving ahead of us. Their call sign is blue. We'll keep the sentry guns up so they can get out again. Incoming! Get those sentries up! Fire team, we're seeing synth activity. They're armed!
here too. Mostly labor models, some security. We're continuing inward. Watch our ass.
Listen.
Decks are packed with synths, like a goddamn robot carnival.
There is no evidence of higher level organization. With Cynthia offline, they have no direction.
Herrera, we got hit by synths rolling up behind. We're sealing the doors as we go.
Copy. We'll sweep up after you.
Assistance required.
Fireteam, spike a console for me. Esther, I want you to lock down all doors to forward and aft of our route.
Grabbing ammo.
My network intrusion will be detected. Expect a counterattack.
Don't worry.
Bypassing deck.
Patching up. Nice! An 8K.
Give the lady time to work, Fireteam. the door. That's the one Blue Fire Team sealed.
Let's cut it and run it.
Prowler.
Blue Fire Team's advancing. Let's check the next set of defense lines. Sentry guns to starboard, Red Drive. Restock them.
I'll get those bastards for this. Listen.
The egg crates the synths use. Busted open.
There may be more. Be cautious.
Bypassing damage.
Rearming.
Get those sentries back up.
Assistance required.
Vent the fog, heading our way.
Grabbing ammo. Rearming. Grabbing ammo.
Bypassing deck.
Area secure. Blue Fire Team, how are you doing?
Busy Herrera!
Their fire team faces multiple xenomorph assaults. 2 Marines injured, 1 severely.
You're at our outer defense perimeter.
Xenos heading your way!
Sentry deployed.
Army, you're coming in hot!
Bypassing deck.
S, I want to lock down this whole damn tower.
I would need access to the damage control systems.
You're crossing to Likasi Tower. Enemy territory.
We have lost contact with Blue Team.
Watch the eggs. Molina, you read? Give me a sit rep.
Clear.
Prowler.
Assistance required. Bypassing death.
Keep tight. Don't let them catch nobody alone. Damage control room's just ahead. That's what Esther needs.
Ambush.
Let's lock this shithole down. Esther, you're in charge now.
Please install a wireless repeater on that console. That will allow me to override the system. This is certain to rouse idle xenomorphs.
Just a flesh wound. Rearming.
Initiating door overrides. Subdeck 5 through deck 35. air ducts by deck. Expect more xenomorphs to be roused by this.
Incoming warrior!
Grabbing ammo.
All sub-levels have been isolated. Maintain vigilance.
Assistance required.
Ducts sealed up to next 15. You are doing well. Sergeant, I see a very large signal.
Bypassing deck.
Size of a goddamn truck.
Beginning final lockdowns. Please, stay safe. Unless, Guardian, if you survive such an encounter,
Grabbing ammo.
all ducts sealed. Lakasi Tower is
We got Lacasia locked down and bottled up. Now we shake it till it pops. We are now officially on search and rescue. Blue team made it through Katanga's last security sense, but once they reached the Xeno Hive, they dropped.
We told you that 25 years ago, Katanga was falsely reported destroyed. In 2175, Siegson had moved it to the Mid-Rim. 2 years later, the colony it serviced was overrun by xenomorphs. Survivors fled to Katanga, where the infestation spread. Colonial Marines responded to their distress call. It was Marines who claimed Katanga was scuttled. A senior staff officer on site conspired to hand the young hive over to Weyland-Yutani. Sadly, yes. General Delilah Vaughn, one of the conspirators responsible for the Frontier War in 2184. Before her disgrace, she rose to Assistant Commandant of the Corps. Colonial Marine officers conspired with Weyland-Yutani executives to provoke a war between the United Americas and the Union of Progressive Peoples. The generals wanted a decisive war after decades of proxy conflicts and containment. Weyland-Yutani merely wanted to drive arms sales. The Colonial Protection Act was passed to prevent such things from happening again, and Commissars was initially formed to monitor outside influences on the core. There were no reported sightings, not in any star system visited by humans, and not recorded by any vessel in transit. Most likely, Weyland-Yutani moved Katanga to a location in deep space, far off the shipping lanes. They used it as an ant farm to breed experimental stock. When the company wanted to accelerate their experiments at Paula Station, they moved it here. Sigson reported something unusual on the far side of the planet from their settlement. It became the focus of the entire colony's efforts. The xenomorph outbreak began at that remote site and spread back to the main complex. The colonists ultimately abandoned the surface and fled to Katanga. Some evacuees proved to be infected and the infestation flared up again. There was discord among the survivors, unspecified personal grievances. A few deaths were involved. Forgive us if we don't identify the system. It's classified. The planet had suffered a global extinction event around 80 years previous. It was nearly devoid of animal life. Biomes had begun to collapse for lack of pollination. Acidic soil and water were spreading, and the atmosphere was growing over-oxygenated, which made it perfect for the mass importation of Earth livestock. Judging by the embryo gene lines in their cargo manifests, the colony hoped to become known for its steaks. If you wish to review, we're always available. No need to warn us ahead of time. We have your schedule.